Well, you respond to your mom. We are live.
Oh, look at that. So after some after some technical difficulties, I'm pretty this is like episode 3.25 or something like that, I
Yeah,
think.
take two.
Take two, hopefully the last take. God, it's so frustrating when we have our natural excitement about these things. Now we got to fake it this time around. Oh man, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Um, Yeah, so we were going to record last night. It's a good thing we didn't record last night because a lot of stuff happened overnight, and I can't wait to talk about it. I was watching a certain show that airs on Thursday nights, and I was yelling and pacing around my apartment. I could not believe my ears and eyes. But we'll get to that. Um, so the trailer dropped this week for DC's Powerless show. It's trying to be like The Office for the DC universe. Um, I feel like maybe they should have had this show after there's been a few more DC movies. Like,
Is it tying into the movies?
no, but they mentioned Wonder Woman and they mentioned Aquaman, and it's like we don't even have any of those movies out yet. I mean, they'll definitely not make an appearance, but Alan Tudyk is in it, and that will make me watch any show, so I can't really complain. Some of the jokes are really forced though, and I didn't care for them.
It reminds me, I need to finish Con Man.
Oh, yeah, Con Man is great. Basically, what happened after Firefly for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious. If anybody's not watching Con Man, watch it. I think it's on, what is it, like Crackle or something like that?
Yeah, you
One
can
of
get
those.
that. Well, they just released the DVD of it,
Oh,
and I've
yeah.
been getting it on Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's great for any. You just buy shows now for whatever you want. Um, yeah, so that trailer's out. I guess we'll see how it goes. I might not watch it right away because I have so many TV shows that it's like I gotta keep up with them all. Um,
Yeah.
I know you don't care much about Deadpool, but the Cable is going to be in the next Deadpool. Obviously, he announced, and Ron Perlman had
I do like
Ron
Ron
Perlman.
Perlman.
I do love him. I loved him as Hellboy. I wish we could get another Hellboy movie, but he had spoken out that he has interest in playing Cable. It's kind of like it reminds me of the time that Jim Carrey said he would want to play the Riddler again. It's like, well, that's great. An actor wants to reprise his role, but it's like you have to have people that want you to replay the Riddler again. You can't just say these things and they magically happen.
It's true.
But I think I would like to see Ron as Cable. I mean, I've never really read Cable in a comic book, so I'm kind of unbiased there. But I loved him as Hellboy.
I mean, yeah. Looks like Cable.
I know, right? They both have gray hair and they're kind of gritty looking. So there you go, sold.
I just want more Sons of Anarchy. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I never got into that show, but I heard it's pretty good. I heard it's a good one.
Show's great.
Um, I'm going to let you talk about Civil War. There's some good news for Civil War this week.
Civil War broke $1 billion worldwide.
$1 billion. That is so much money.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man? Just give me a little sliver of that.
So basically, Marvel keeps printing money.
Yeah, they just have a money machine, and they're just printing tons of it. Little Mickey Mouse dollars.
It's funny because I hear every year that this bubble's going to burst.
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger.
Something else breaks $1 billion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's now the fourth highest grossing movie. I'd have to double check my facts on that, but
That's crazy. It's like DC's like, well, we're trying. We put Batman in a movie. You guys didn't go. It's like,
no, we went.
we went.
The problem is we didn't go a second time.
Yeah, or a third time, or a fourth time. But that's good news for them. There is some good news for as much as we joke about the cinematic universe of DC, there's some good news this week. Well, I guess good news for the cinematic universe, bad news for the comic book. If you're a fan of Jeff Johns and his comic, which I mean, why aren't you a fan? if you're not a fan of Jeff Johns' writing, I would be like, well, why don't you like puppies? That would be the next question I ask her. Like, why do you like things that are free? But apparently his last book for a while is going to be Rebirth issue number 1. So I'm sure that's going to fly off the shelves. But he's been made what?
Sorry, sidetrack, but I wonder what this means for Batman Earth 1.
Yeah. Are we going to get a volume 3?
And if so, is Jeff Johns going to write it?
Man. I think we opened up Pandora's box.
Yeah.
They might just forget about it. Like they forgot about J.M. Straczynski writing the third. Did he write the third volume of Superman Earth 1?
I think he did.
Oh, it must have not
Oh,
happened.
I'm so behind on Earth 1.
Teen Titans Volume 2 is actually coming out. I enjoyed the first one. It had a nice setup.
I haven't read it yet.
But anyways, Jeff Johns has been made the co-chief executive of the DC movies. And there's a quote. Yay! And he went to school for film or something. Or he started off with film. But he said he wants to bring hope and optimism back to the DC movies, where it's like he's basically like, get the hell out of the way, Zack Snyder. Like we're taking charge. I mean, at least they're doing something about it. Warner Brothers knows they need to start making these shows and like Jeff Johns had a hand in doing the Flash show too, I think. So I mean, look how successful that's right.
He had a hand in Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl.
Yeah, so like I said, when there's problems at DC, just give it to Jeff Johns. He'll make everything better.
Hopefully this means we get a good Aquaman movie.
We're gonna get the best. We're gonna get the best Aquaman movie. Wonder Woman's has already wrapped filming, so who knows? That's kind of up in the air. They might watch the Suicide Squad. Yeah, I'm not really worried about that though.
I'm really worried about that.
I try not to think about these things, and then
I stay up at night only thinking about these things.
It's just that's why you have to take naps during the day, because you're up all night. Like,
fucking Suicide Squad, man! They're gonna do a Harley Quinn solo movie. Like, this is not good.
I hope they don't kill Slipknot. If anyone's watching, Chris just spit up his drink.
I have a drinking problem.
Yeah, you can't keep it. You can't keep it in your mouth. Yeah, so recording on a Friday, so we might be having a beer or two while we're recording, which is always a good time. Slipknot is so dead. He might be even like the first 3 seconds of the trailer, and that's all. He's not even in the actual movie. They just put him in the trailer. That's how dead he is. Like, I fight with ropes. Well, here's a match. Goodbye.
Movie starts. What happened to Slipknot? Dead. All right.
They don't even explain it. That's how how like some movies, like the beginning, like kung fu movies, they'll give you like an intro with just words, and it's like there's just they roll the DC thing, and then it's like Slipknot is dead, and then like Suicide Squad. That's like, that would be awesome.
That'd make my day.
No, but he's so dead. Like someone's just gonna cut one of his ropes, and he's gonna fall to his death.
Yeah.
I don't know why they need to keep him in like a super maximum security prison with everybody. It's like the guy he doesn't have any powers. He's not good at shooting things like Deadshot or
He ties a mean Slipknot.
Watch out, he might hang himself with his bed sheet. Okay, so there's another big news this week. A lot of people are shitting on. They think it's too soon that DC changed their logo.
Par for the course.
I'm waiting to see what's going to happen, because the logo's kind of more old school, like the 70s era. If you look at the older logos, I mean, it's kind of soon, but I think it's them trying to reassure everybody that they're going back to their roots, especially the whole thing where they're changing the Action Comics numbering, the Detective Comics numbering back to the original set. I think they're kind of like, come on, guys, like we know you left during New 52, but like now we got all these new fans, and they're gonna stay on because
Remember when we were cool guys?
remember when things were all good? We lost all our fans actually cared about it.
Well, I don't know. I like the swoosh logo they did.
The bent over one, like
No, the one right
bent-
before New 52, where it was like a
Okay.
swoosh and it went into the D. The New 52 logo though is just poop. Like I don't get it.
You mean the one where it flips over?
Yeah, like the page folding one.
I thought it was cool because you could put like whatever character you wanted in it.
It didn't look great.
I mean,
This new one though, I really like the new one.
it doesn't really matter. I mean, it still says DC. If there was like, if they made a new logo and it was just like a giant dick, I'd probably be, I'd probably be a little like if there was
every
a
book, every
if it was
book
like-
would be in my pull list.
like a giant D, a little I, a giant C, and then a K, like Dick Comics. I'd probably, I don't know. I'd have to put everything on my pull list at that point. But
That's what I would do. Just
let's
straight for the ball, like to have balls enough to be like we're Dick Comics, and then just have a giant cock on the top of the little thing. Every book. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care. Buying it.
Cock
Supporting your show.
Knocker. Cock Knocker is the new ongoing series.
Oh, please do this.
I would buy every issue. But I mean, I'm just curious more about like when Suicide Squad, when that intro rolls, or when Wonder Woman rolls. What's that logo going to look like? I'm curious. Very curious now.
It's also, do you notice it's a very bright logo?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's on accident.
I know. Yeah, I don't think they went with a very bright and shiny blue on accident either. Zack Snyder's like, I'm gonna go home. I'm going home
see.
now. He just hangs his head like like Charlie Brown style. he's just walking back home. It's like doo 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 doo.
We'll see, because I really want DC to have better books, more better books, because they had some good books.
Yeah, but they
Um,
need to. They really need to give it their all for all their characters. Like, why can't you put your heart and soul into a Blue Beetle book? And you better, because I'm gonna read it. Like, you better not screw that over.
Yeah, so I mean, I root for it. I pick on them because right now they're on a down slope, but
That's how we cope. Anyone who's listening, this is how we cope with DC's
Yeah.
down slope. It's like we're not trying to hate on them, but this just makes me feel better when I cry at night about these things.
I mean, I'm fine. Captain America made $1 billion. I win.
Yeah, but you're still up at night thinking about you're still thinking about Slipknot.
Fucking Slipknot.
All right, let's talk about the shows because I'm really excited about talking about one of the shows this week. Actually, yeah, holy.
Before you start, I forgot to tell you about the sports show, but did you watch the Star Trek teaser trailer?
The
Or
original.
the TV show, the new TV
Oh no, I did not. That aired this week.
show. They did a little teaser. It's nothing much, but so there's gonna be a new show coming out next year, and then
Yeah, I heard
immediately
about
after this, rumors started flying around because Castle was just canceled.
Oh no!
So
I-
the rumor is
I
that
just got
Nathan
goose
Fillion
pimples.
is going to be the captain.
No! Oh man,
I'm not a big Star Trek guy.
me either,
I will
dude.
watch the fuck out of that show if Nathan.
I
Fillion
watched Star Trek for Picard. I was more of a Picard Next Generation.
yeah,
fan.
I like Picard, yeah.
But dude, if you put Nathan Fillion in that seat, I will pay for cable for that show. I said it. You heard it here. I will
Well,
pay
to
for cable.
ease yourself, CBS has a streaming service. It'll also be on their streaming service.
I will pay for a CBS streaming service. Hey, maybe that's why CBS got rid of Supergirl so they can afford Nathan Fillion now for a Star Trek show. I think it's all starting to make sense. Oh, I didn't hear that rumor. That is great.
Does Warner own CBS?
They must. because like if you watch Big Bang Theory, all that's littered around their comic book store is like Dark Horse and DC Comics.
Because it'd be really funny if Warner Brothers owned DC and Star Trek, and Disney owned Marvel and Star Wars.
Well, speaking of that, I just recently read the Star Trek and Green Lantern crossover with IDW, and I was wondering that. It was awesome. It was not cheesy. It was well done, and like Necron shows up from like Blackest Night, and oh, dude, it was great. And just to see like everybody wearing the rings, it was fantastic. But no, I would please give Nathan Fillion the job, make him the captain, please.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'll have to watch that teaser.
It's nothing big. I mean, it just kind of flies through space and shows you the new logo.
Still, I'll be more excited now that I know Nathan Fillion. That timing is just perfect. I mean, he was captain of a ship once. He has experience. It's on his resume. But they're like, well, that ship is gone now, and your pilot's dead, so we don't want you. But apparently, getting your ship destroyed it doesn't mean anything in the Star Trek universe, because we're on a third movie now where the ship gets destroyed a third time, and he still has a job. So apparently, they must be slim pickings for captains.
Well, Vader lost 2 Death Stars, so I mean,
that's true. But he's got the Force on his side, so it's like nobody's going to tell him to leave.
Force choke those motherfuckers.
Okay, so Flash this week. A couple things happened. Spoilers. I'm going to say spoilers because this is a pretty big thing that happened. You're pretty behind us. Yeah, he ran really fast. That's a spoiler. Okay, next show. No, they teased like Crisis on Infinite Earths, like Crisis on Earth 2.
They teased that in season 1.
No, but like Cisco has a vision, and it's almost like the first issue of Crisis on Infinite Earths, where the two worlds are colliding in the blue, like the vision's in blue, and he sees like the Earth 2 collapse, like merging with Earth 1 and like collapsing on itself. Oh, dude. I was like, holy shit. It was like bringing tears to my eyes. And then they killed Flash's dad, and then I really started crying. I was like, you assholes. That was so uncalled for. Why would you do that to me? But yeah, Henry Allen is dead. Zoom puts his hand right through his chest. I'm pretty sure he's dead. I mean, I don't really know how you can survive a hand through your chest. But I have a theory. He has to be. There's a man in the mask on Earth 2 that's Zoom has imprisoned, and we already know that Barry's dad's mother's maiden name is Garrick. Okay. This other guy knows Morse code from the army, some type army lingo that he was trying to tap on the cell wall because he has a mask on. So I'm thinking like this is Earth 2 Garrick that was part of the army, and he never ended up having Barry. He went to the army and he had powers. He became Jay Garrick somehow. But I think that's his dad, and he has powers on Earth 2 because he didn't have anything on Earth 1. That's my theory. That's how they're going to bring him back. That'd be sick. But yeah, I mean, you still have a long ways to go. Arrow, what I have to say about Arrow this week is it was okay. Okay, next show. Supergirl, I just don't even want to talk about Arrow anymore because the Felicity just made me so mad this season. It's like everything about that show made me. You're going to get to this season, you're going to understand what I'm talking about.
I'm probably going to disagree with you because I'm the only person that likes Arrow.
No, but it's just like once you get to the season, it's like I've seen this show before. You destroyed another part of the world that I've never heard of, that I don't care about, and then you feel like I will say I did like the fact that Ollie has a beard now. They're like, well, maybe him having a beard will make up for everything. So it helped. It helped. Supergirl is going to be on Mondays on the CW now, so CW basically owns television. CW is like, yeah,
we Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. So CW is going to have Supergirls on Monday. It's going to have Flash on Tuesdays, Arrow on Wednesdays, and Legends of Tomorrow on Thursdays.
Garbage lineup.
And yeah, I know. Like, what the hell? This is awesome. So we're going to talk about Legends. They have a huge crossover plan next season for all these shows. Like, why would you not have a huge crossover plan? Like, between all the shows, that's the best idea to get, if you're not watching it, to get everybody to watch it. Oh yeah, Gotham. I'm saving Legends of Tomorrow for last because that made me the most excited. Gotham was the season finale, or it's the season finale next week, but they've brought Fish back, so it's like, oh yay, she's back. They tease. I really was hoping that she was gone, but like nobody seems to be gone in that show. They made Clayface. Clayface has an appearance. Yeah, the episode ends with Jim Gordon is locked. Strange has Jim Gordon locked up, and they take Clayface and make his face look like Jim Gordon. So they're gonna like implant him in the GCPD, which is actually pretty good. This is a pretty good idea. I was like, wow, kudos to the writers because that was a really good idea.
Typical Clayface move.
Huh?
It's a pretty typical Clayface move.
I know. To pose as someone, yeah, he never does that.
This person, I'll pose.
And also they teased the Court of Owls, which was, yeah, this lady wearing an owl mask basically tells Strange like, you gotta like get your shit together, and it all makes sense because this whole season he's been like experimenting with people to try to bring them back from the dead, and it didn't even click to me that that's what the Court of Owls did when they bring Talon back. And I was like, holy shit, he's doing the research for them so they can do that. I was like, wow, that is awesome, the way they connected it all. Yeah, so that was Gotham. Okay, now Legends of Tomorrow. Holy shit. Yeah, so we got through all that. The Legends of Tomorrow this week, okay? They defeat Vandal Savage. Are you wearing a Super Smash Bros shirt? Okay. I thought it was
Smash
a Super
Bros. Brawl City.
That's actually a pretty cool shirt. I am showing off my brand new Battle Beast shirt to anyone who knows who Battle Beast is from Invincible. If you don't know who Battle Beast is, read Invincible and then you'll know. And then I can talk to you and be your friend because I'm not your friend now. But it's a true story. Chris isn't your friend either if you don't read Invincible. We're going to talk about Legends of Tomorrow and what happened last night. It was a magical moment for me. Basically, the defeat Vandal Savage. A lot of things happened in the episode that kind of reference previous episodes, which is pretty cool because you're building your way there through the whole season, and then finally they're at the end. Hawkgirl and Hawkman are like, we're gonna go do our own thing, and you're like, okay, see ya. Their contracts might be or probably up, and it was weird because they like fly away in their costumes, so I really don't know what they're gonna do. But they're like, yeah, we're not gonna. Rip is at what the hell's the name of the ship? The Wave Rider. They're at the ship, and they're about to leave again on another mission. And Hawkman and Hawkgirl are like, we're gonna go do our own thing, and they're still in costume, and they fly away. It's weird because they're like the only ones in costume, and they're like, Baka! They fly away and do their own bird thing. I don't know. I was kind of getting. I was kind of getting sick of their storyline anyways. I think that's it for who stays behind. I think Captain Cold stays behind because he dies and then he doesn't know that he ever was part of the team, and it's really bizarre. But the episode ends with their
Gotta make him a villain again somehow.
Yeah, I know. He just needs to be on Flash all the time. Because I mean, once they need to do the Rogues like next season on Flash, and I need to see Mirror Master. Once I see Mirror Master, I'm gonna buy all the Flash seasons on Blu-ray, even though I've already watched them. Buy them all on Blu-ray if you give me Mirror Master. You heard it here first. But so it ends with them about to leave, and all of a sudden, holy shit, another Wave Rider comes out of nowhere. And you're like, what is going on? And it like crash lands, and a hooded person comes out, and he has red on his sleeves, like red rings. And I'm like, holy shit, is it him? And he says, hey, I'm Rex, and you were sent by me. He's like, you guys can't leave, you're gonna die. And I'm like, holy shit, Rex, as in Our Man. Like, Our Man lands. He tells them that you're all gonna die if you leave, and then he goes, and they're like, who are you? He's like, I'm part of the Justice Society of America. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? So not only we're getting Our Man, but I'm sure it's not going to be like the crazy OP Our Man where he blasts people with his time beam and like turns them to dust and shit. That would just be crazy.
That's the one I want.
That's what everyone wants. It's definitely gonna be the Our Man that takes like the miracle pill and gets super strength for like an hour. But either way, like, you gave me Our Man, and you referenced Justice. Yeah, the Mirakuru. Mirakuru. If you want to be all Japanese.
Dumb name to have to say over and over again. That show.
Mirakuru. Yeah, I think they got sick of saying it. But so then, I think it was Guggenheim was in an interview after, like, yeah, there's going to be instances where they're crossing over with the Justice Society of America next season. They haven't announced who the villain is. They said it won't be the Thanagarians because they teased the Thanagarians this season. And I was like, please don't show me any more Hawk people. Like, I've had enough. Two people with wings is enough. I just can't get into the Hawk people. But he teased crossover with JSA. Oh, dude, come on. You already gave me Our Man. Just give me like Liberty Bell, Alan Scott. Oh, dude, if you give me an Alan Scott, and if you do Alan Scott where he's weak to wood, just that is Alan. The original, for anyone who doesn't know, the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott, has a weakness to wood. Okay.
I just put two and two together with the new Alan Scott.
Flash forward to Barry Allen, who's weak, or not Barry Allen. I'm sorry, Hal Jordan, who's weak to yellow, right? So you could defeat both. You could defeat both Green Lanterns with a number 2 pencil, if you had it. you could fight them both off with a number 2 pencil. It's kind of sad. But yeah, that's where we are with that. It was amazing.
I don't know why I find it so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
All right.
I don't know who thought of that weakness to begin with either. But it's kind of, I mean, it was the 40s. What do you expect?
Well, didn't he get his powers by like inhaling steam?
That was Jay Garrick, yeah.
That was Jay Garrick, yeah.
Well, they kind of did that in the Flash show. When they showed Jay Garrick, he was like, they made it a little more, made it sound a little more sciencey, where they're like, I was, studying the, I don't know, treatment of hard water, and like something happened where in like the original comic, he just breathes in steam, he gets super speed. Like, that's such a comic book origin, if I remember.
Some dumb origins back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, it was the 40s, so. But yeah, I cannot wait for Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, man, I was freaking out. I had nobody to talk to about it because none of my friends had watched the episode. I'm like, oh, man. Oh, and another thing that happened, that almost brought a tear to my eye. Finally, they finally gave Firestorm his transmutation powers. Finally. He's not just shooting fire the whole time. Like, I'm trying to tell people, like, he's way cooler than that. He can transmute things. They ended up in World War I or World War II, and a Nazi goes to shoot him, and he grabs the gun, and he just transmutes the gun to, like, dust. It's so awesome. And I was like, oh, my God, it just happened. And, like, when I said that, like, Firestorm was like, what just happened? Because he has no idea what he did. He just did it out of, like, he got like the adrenaline going and transmuted it, and then they later find how to use that power in the episode. But, dude, it was so awesome. Now, Chris is going to talk about Silicon Valley.
I didn't watch it this week.
So I guess I'll keep going on TV shows. Game of Thrones it's Game of Thrones. It's good. The Khaleesi burns down another home within where she kills a bunch of people. She burns down a hut and she kills the Cal. It's not Khal Drogo anymore. I forget his name, but she burns them all alive, then walks out of the house naked, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna worship you now."
All right, I'm watching the episode now.
She's like, you didn't get affected by the fire, so you're gonna lead us. Jon Snow is leaving the Wall to go fight Ramsay because he has his other younger brother. He has Rickard Stark, so he's like, yeah, let's go fuck his shit up. And that's basically where we're at now. I'm the worst person to explain this show because I just see like people are mad at each other. There's dragons, but I enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I love the show. It's great. And another little thing I found out. A good thing we waited to do the show. Outcast. So Robert Kirkman is currently writing a book. I think it's in volume 2. Well, not a book, a comic book. When I say book, we don't read real books with words and no pictures. Come on, that's boring. He writes a horror story called Outcast that has already been developed for a show. Cinemax. It's already going for 2 seasons. It starts in a couple weeks on Cinemax, but they released the first episode. The pilot is available for 2 weeks on YouTube. You can find the first episode on there. So I watched it today and it was fantastic. It's a great adaptation of the comic book. Some of the stuff is just awesome and very disturbing to see because it's like it deals with possessions and demons. So it's really disturbing to see like people are possessed and they do those weird things with their back and shit where they're like their own personal chiropractor and they start like cracking stuff. And I'm like, it's kind of uncomfortable, but it's really cool to see on TV. It was a really good pilot. I'm excited for the rest of the season. And I think that's it with TV shows. I can catch my breath now. I mean, does Marvel still have a TV show?
Yeah, they have multiple TV shows.
But
they did just announce, this is news, but I don't know if it's an announcement or a rumor, but it's going around right now that they're going to do 3 more Netflix shows, Punisher, Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight.
That's really pretty sweet. That is actually...
So Marvel is going to give me the Batman TV show I want.
Well, that's great because you get Moon Knight. But I think I don't know. I've never read Moon Knight, so I'm really indifferent. Ghost Rider, I just think Ghost Rider is a silly character because he's just Ghost Rider.
He is, but Marvel's done a lot of silly characters and made them cool recently.
It's true. I prefer Lobo though over. Oh, dude! I just thought of something. The villain for next season of Legends of Tomorrow. What if it was Lobo? That would be pretty sweet.
So, do you want to tell the people about your discovery at Free Comic Book Day that blew your mind? Speaking of Lobo,
what was my discovery? I can't remember. What happened?
The Amalgam Universe, Lobo the Duck.
Oh yeah, so the Amalgam Universe was a bunch of stories where Marvel and DC crossed over heroes, and one of those, what was one of them? Dark Claw, where it was a combination of Batman and Wolverine. They had some pretty badass characters, but
Super Soldier was Captain America and Superman.
Yeah, I was like, that's just OP. You don't get any more OP than that. But then there was one that I didn't know about that someone had brought up that was Lobo the Duck, which was, if you're thinking it, you're right. It's crossover Lobo the Bounty Hunter with Howard the Duck, which I would read the shit out of that book. I need to go find it. I hope it's not like $500 somewhere. It's probably I could probably find it like a 50-cent bin somewhere.
They also did an Amalgam Universe trade.
Oh, well, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
So, did you read any comics last week? I read some comics last week.
I did.
What was your favorite?
I don't know. Books. Well, I read the Free Comic Book Day Civil War. That was pretty good. That's like 2 weeks old. So
Yeah, I finally read my Free Comic Book Day books.
Where was it? Well, that's
I
what
think-
it was. Contest of Champions was really good. That'd probably be my favorite.
Did we? Oh, you explained that book to me before, right?
Yeah,
I
that's basically Battle World.
Uh-huh. My favorite was Batman.
Batman come out?
Was it last week? I think so.
Oh, it was non-Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Scott Snyder book.
It was good. I mean, it wasn't Scott Snyder, but it had Batman in it, so
Yeah.
it was just more of like, I think I was still on the hype from the last issue that I liked it.
I think last week was kind of a off week for me.
Yeah, it was. So what are you excited for this week that you have coming out?
I have a couple. I actually bought them today, so I haven't
Oh, okay. I still have to go
Um,
get mine.
So I'm going to start with the two that I know that you're going to say.
Okay.
Really looking forward to Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
After that cliffhanger last month, I really want to know what's going on there.
No, that was an awful cliffhanger to leave us on.
The Hanna-Barbera book's starting to come out, so I got Future Quest.
Oh, I didn't know that came out this week. No, I'm super
Yeah.
excited. I have that as well.
So I want to check that out, see if it's any good. And then, of course, the best book at DC, Aquaman.
Well, naturally. Yeah, I think
But I think my favorite is actually going to, or most look forward to, is Civil War 2.
I mean, come on. Yeah, it revolves around Captain America
It
mostly.
actually doesn't.
No. Oh.
It's Iron Man and Captain Marvel.
That's interesting.
I love event books. I know a lot of people are burnout on them or down on them, but I really like event books. I mean, I think they're fun. Like a blockbuster movie, right? Out of the summer. And I mean, DC doesn't do them that much. Marvel does them all the time. So,
Well, DC doesn't do them because they can't do them. they
but
still.
when they do them, they're good.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
Convergence.
what was
We don't talk about Convergence, but Multiversity.
Dude, Multiversity Forever Evil was really good.
Forever Evil. That's because Jeff Johns wrote it.
Anything with Earth 3, I'm
Yeah.
down for. I love the
I know.
Crime Syndicate.
If you put Owlman in a book, I'll just buy the hell out of it.
That's why I think it's next week we get the finale to Justice League and we
And
get
Rebirth.
Yeah, Rebirth.
It's exciting. It's gonna be a good week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good week for DC.
I am excited for the Hanna-Barbera comic because I don't think we talked about it since we rebranded the podcast, but DC is launching a bunch of Hanna-Barbera cartoon comics where they're more geared towards adults. And then they have some iconic names on there too, like Jim Lee is doing the Flintstones, and then we have the Future Quest crossover where it's like Johnny Quest, the Herculoids, Space Ghost.
Unfortunately, though, I was told, spoiler alert, that it's regular Harvey Birdman, not the Attorney at Law.
He's not the attorney? Shit.
I know. I almost returned the book.
I know. I want my money back. I did ask for the Space Ghost cover though, because the Future Quest comes with a cover with every one of the people that team up in it. There's a separate cover.
Yeah, I was kind of like half and half on. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna like it or not, so I ordered it and said, let's try it out, see what happens.
Yeah, I think I got like maybe issue 1 or 2. Okay, well that brings us to our favorite part of the show. I think we're just gonna move it to the end of the show because we enjoy this part of the show so much that we'll just keep rambling on and not have to go to a next segment. I think this is the best setup for it. So we're going to talk about a really shitty villain. Can we make an acronym for the segment? Shitty villain of the week. So like SVW, shitty villain of the week. Sure. That sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Sold. Okay. I did the last two because I tend to talk a lot and I get excited about everything excites me. So if you ask me my opinion on something, I'll probably say it was awesome. And you should probably go ask someone else their opinion because I get excited about everything. It's really hard to bring me down about stuff that I enjoy. So we're going to let Chris take over this one. Chris, what's your shitty villain of the week?
Okay. The Spot.
The Spot.
Now, anyone who knows me knows how much I love MODOK. And MODOK got his own book for a little bit called MODOK's 11, where MODOK formed a super team of really shitty villains, and the Spot was one of them.
He assembled them all for us in one book where we didn't even need to go look for them. They're all right there for us.
Oh, such a good book. I love that book. So the Spot is a Spider-Man villain. So let's go through the biography real quick. All right. As a scientist working for Kingpin, Dr. Jonathan Owen was assigned to reproduce the radiation levels of the superhero Cloak from Cloak and Dagger to find a way to artificially mimic his powers.
Not even a good, not even like replicate the powers of Spider-Man.
Yeah, a fucking Cloak.
Not even the guy that's kicking your ass week by week.
A Cloak who needs Dagger around to defend him because all he can do is let's go somewhere.
All he can do is Cloak. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So working late one night, he succeeds in creating a solid black circular portal, a spot, if you will.
Oh, it's getting good.
In doing so, however, he drains the city's power. A blackout washed over the city, causing the portal to shimmer and destabilize.
Uh-oh.
Fearful of losing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Owen stepped into it.
Stepped into the spot?
Yeah.
Oh,
and guess what? The shock of the transition caused him to pass out.
Yeah, this is like every origin of every villain. The power goes out in the city. They wake up the next day with a huge hangover.
So the Spot is actually really powerful because he can create these little spot portals and go through them. And he lives in a dimension all his own called Spot World.
Shut up. It's called Spot World?
It's called Spot World.
Did he name it Spot World? Was he just like, this is my Spot World, guys? Oh,
there's a really great picture of in an actual comic book of Spider-Man trying to punch the Spot, and he punches him in the chest, but Spot forms a portal in his chest. So Spider-Man punches the portal, and the other end of the portal is in the Spot's face. So Spider-Man's fist comes out of his face and punches Spider-Man in the face. It's amazing.
Chris, you're supposed to pick a shitty villain. Not an overpowered villain.
So, Spot's been in a few teams over the years. We talk about MODOK's 11. He's also been in the Sinister 16, which I don't think I've ever heard of. And
they can't really rate up against the Sinister Six. They needed quite a few more guys.
And the always great Legion of Losers.
Oh, well, naturally.
So Spot formed this short-lived team with Gibbon, Grizzly, and Kangaroo.
Those sound like some shitty villains if I've ever heard them.
And they actually called themselves the Spider-Man Revenge Squad.
Yeah, they need someone to do their PR because that's not a good name at all.
Oh man.
It kind of sounds like the Mr. Miracle's powers. Because I don't know if it's ever been talked about before. Jeff Johns did the Justice League, but like the portals that the little pads, the things that Mr. Miracle flies on, they talked about. Or no, it happened in Earth too. It goes to another dimension or something like that. It kind of sounds like the Spot.
Yeah. So here under powers and abilities, right off top, using his space warps.
Space warps.
Space warps. That's there. Spot can instantly move himself or any part of his body from one area to another over a theoretically unlimited distance. via another dimension named Spot World. This connection with Spot World probably explains the many deaths he suffered and revivals with no explanation.
He's died how many times?
God damn it, Marvel.
They just keep retconning him. They're like, oh well, he's dead.
It seems like from this that he doesn't even try to retcon.
Yeah. Does he have a dog named Spot? Please tell me he has a dog named Spot.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Why if it's not a thing, it should be a thing now. Give him a dog named Spot.
Well, apparently he's in Marvel Zombies, which now I got to pull out my copies of Marvel Zombies.
I actually do have Marvel Zombies.
Did you buy the Zomnibus?
No, I didn't buy this Zomnibus. Well, I have like the little. I hate you for saying that. By the way,
it's a real thing, though.
I know. I hate Marvel too. I hate Marvel for coming up with that. But I have like the 8 issues where Howard the Duck was actually like badass fighting zombies.
Oh, that's good stuff. But you got to get the first one shot called Dead Days, and then the first 2 volumes because that's all Kirkman.
Oh man, I'll probably have to get that.
And apparently, Spot's in Dead Days. I don't remember from Dead Days.
Well, now you gotta look. Now you gotta try to spot him.
That's what you did there. Whoa. Okay. In the Ultimate Marvel Universe,
yeah,
the Ultimate version of the Spot appears in Ultimate Spider-Man 111. Not much is known about him except that his name is Frank.
Oh.
And he worked at the Roxxon Industries where an accident gave him his powers. He has similar powers to 616 counterpart, being able to use the spots. Blah, 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 blah. Fight Spider-Man. He's apprehended. Oh, okay. Here's the main difference in appearance between the Ultimate version and his 616 counterpart is that his spots flow around his body like a lava lamp.
What? Why? Why would they describe him as a lava lamp?
But everybody probably knows the Spot from his, amazing appearance on Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Is that the one from the 60s?
From 90s.
Oh, okay. So that was the actual good cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon was so good.
They didn't even try for the 60s Spider-Man cartoon. It was like, I don't know, they were just drunk all the time. But it was really. I've watched. I don't know if they have it on Netflix anymore, but it was really bad. Like,
yeah, it's.
Do you want to talk
see
about
bad? Find the Japanese Spider-Man TV show.
But hold on, that 60s Spider-Man cartoon. Even there's iconic villains in that show, like Rhino, but they're all shitty. Like I remember the episode with Rhino. Okay, his plot to destroy Superman was to build a golden statue of himself. Okay, and you would think, oh man, he's probably going to build this giant statue the size of a skyscraper. He builds it the size of himself, and he's just like, it's like him like flexing, like, aha, I'll beat you now with this statue, Spider-Man. Spider-Man just shoots him with the webs and is like, oh, I caught you. He's like, oh no. Like, how was that? Like, was he going to be amazed by your statue, or you're going to like knock him out from behind or something?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I still don't understand how that's ever going to accomplish anything. You just took all the gold that you stole and made a statue of yourself.
Yeah, find the Japanese Spider-Man TV show because it's a live-action TV show.
Yeah, that's got to be awful.
Gloriously awful. Like they don't even try with the webs. Like he's literally just swinging around on a rope.
He's kind of like, is that why? I think I know why you like Slipknot so much. It's all starting to make sense. He just reminds you of the old school Spider-Man from Japan.
Oh, I just love dumb villains.
So that's pretty much it for Spot, huh?
Yeah.
Spot's we talk about him so much. I feel like Chris wanted to just talk about him because he likes him, not even that he's a shitty villain.
He's such a shitty villain. But it's
I think the shittiest we've had so far still is Crazy Quilt.
Yeah, that was so good.
But I think it was more of that. I was surprised by his origin of how like he was just a botched science experiment. The poor guy never had a chance.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week's now. This is like my favorite part of the show. We should do like at the end we should maybe have them all fight each other. Like we could develop some type of arena where all these shitty villains are like put them on War World or something where they all have to fight each other.
Let's just recreate them in like a wrestling video game. Just have a Royal Rumble.
But like Spot, I could see where Spot would be useful though. Like I mean, you go to hit him and he transports like he did in Spider-Man, transports it to another dimension. Like he could just capture people and put them in Spot World and they'd be gone forever.
Yeah, he just became a joke. That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah. Poor guy. Well, I think that's it for this week. Oh, did you mention something earlier about they were talking about a Harley Quinn solo movie?
Oh yeah, you didn't know that they signed her on for a solo movie?
Jeez.
Yep.
That kind of reminds me of the initial talks where they were like, we loved Batman so much in Batman vs Superman, we're going to sign him his own movie before we even saw the trailer. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Harley Quinn, you know that. But it seems to me that they're not making her as obnoxious in the movie.
I mean, I love the original Harley. I know it's kind of like hipstery to say, but I really love the original Harley Quinn. But I was a kid when that came out, and it really, so it's part of my childhood. But she's become Deadpool, and you know how I feel about Deadpool.
Yeah, she's just Deadpool now, and it's. I guess we'll just have to wait and see in Suicide Squad. But I mean, Margot Robbie is a great actress.
Yeah.
If you put Batman in the movie, I'm gonna go see it. Like I don't. How is a Harley like? What is the pitch for a Harley Quinn stand? Like you could give Wonder Woman her own movie because Wonder Woman's awesome. She fights gods. She is a god, part god.
Well, that's why I always have the argument that Black Widow doesn't deserve her own movie, but Black Widow is more deserving of a movie than Harley Quinn.
I agree with that statement. I do.
And I still stand by that Black Widow doesn't deserve her own movie.
So what you're saying is Harley Quinn doesn't deserve her own movie?
No.
You know they're going to try to make it like Deadpool.
Oh, yeah. When what they should do is... You played Arkham City, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They should do that.
They should.
Because the DLC for that was right after the... Spoilers for an old-ass game, but right after the Joker dies... It's Harley just going ape shit.
Yeah. If they did that type of storyline. Oh, speaking of that got announced today that for PlayStation 4, the HD remake, and they're going to throw the Batmobile in there too for Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, which I'm probably going to buy those and replay them.
Because Arkham Asylum is one of my favorite games.
Those games are fantastic. Arkham Knight was awesome.
Yeah.
I think I was just glad that the villain wasn't Joker. I was like, please don't be Joker again. I mean, like 2 times is enough. Or was it 3 times? Was it 3 times in a row? Arkham Origins?
That would have been the second time. And then Origins, they pulled the fast one on you.
Yeah, with Black Mask. Which would have been fine if it was just Black Mask. Because I think he's a cool villain. But
yeah, but then you can't have Joker.
Exactly. Arkham, the Nightfall Protocol is probably my favorite part of the Arkham Knight game.
Yeah, I just bought the season pass for that because it was like $10 on Xbox.
The only DLC I bought for that was the Harley Quinn side missions, and can you imagine how frustrating it was for me to play? Because I 100% the game, the Batman game, and I had to play the Harley Quinn side mission, and I was like, I really have to play as Harley Quinn for a lot. It wasn't that bad though. It was cool. Like, you know how Batman has his detective mode, Harley Quinn has like crazy mode. It's like lunatic mode or something where everything like goes red. It's actually it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat how they like changed it around.
I figure I like that game. $10 for more content of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's we were so excited about all the comic news this week. We kind of just ran through it all. I was super excited about Our Man. It's mostly because if you know of Our Man's origin, okay, let me give you a quick history lesson. He's from upstate New York, okay?
Okay, I like him already.
And he is a chemistry nerd, but I think mostly biochem. But still, like,
Nerd.
I mean, I'm from upstate New York, and I like chemistry. So if there's any chance of me ever being a superhero, I mean, he takes a pill, and it gives him strength. Like, I could be Our Man. You never know. I mean, I've always wanted to be Batman, but I can't be rich, so I can't be as rich as Batman. Nobody can. It's just like the guy just throws money away.
I don't have the dedication for that either.
Yeah,
My
it's
ADD
just.
will go nuts. Like,
Plus, he doesn't get any sleep. It's like, come on, man.
yeah, and you know me, I need my sleep.
You wouldn't be able to deal with that. But, all right. Fortress of Comic News, we're signing off. Please subscribe to us on YouTube because when you subscribe, we feel relevant. Well, actually, it doesn't even matter if we feel relevant because we talk about this stuff either way, whether you listen or not. But
Yeah, gets us out to more people.
yeah, and if you want to talk to us, send us an email and be like, "You guys fucking suck." Like, even if you send us an email saying that, I would still love it because you're talking to us, and that's all we really want.
So yeah, the email's fortressofcomicnews@gmail.com.
Yep.
We have the website, fortressofcomicnews.com.
Subscribe on YouTube, Facebook page, like the Facebook page.
And then Twitter. We are Fortress Podcast. I should know this one now. I think it's at Fortress Podcast. I'm at that Chris Runt. You are.
I'm Mike Ricker. I'm not very vocal as Chris with the whole. I'm more vocal in front of the mic. Like that's where I like to talk. But follow him. He's a funny guy. Oh, and iTunes. Subscribe on iTunes.
I'll give you started fucking iTunes.
We're still getting that worked. So for Fortress Comic News, I'm Mike. That's Chris. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Bye.